Hello and welcome to another episode of this tournament. Today I will be playing with Grimm's Fairy Tale Slashers against Sinister 6 Star Roamers. Seed 3 against Seed 30. The bases are Camp Clear Lake, Icar Base, and Exospace. As always, we will start with the highest seed, so Sinister 6 Star Roamers. We start with two of our best cards, so that's pretty good. We'll start with Mysterio and draw a card. Then we'll play Whiplash Maneuver on Exospace. Then draw 2, best turn. Alright, this starting hand is not as good. We'll play Hansel and then the other Snow White with the base ability, and then simply draw 2 cards. Okay, we have Jonas. Alright, let's use Mysterio to draw a card, and then play Electro on Icar Base, reducing the breakpoint by 2. And then reroute to power on Exospace. Draw 2 and best turn. Okay, so it's time to play Jonas, I think. We already have Machete. We played on him, and then we move Jonas to Icar Base and kill Electro. First victim, Machete goes back to her hand and we draw 2 cards. So first of all, we draw with Mysterio. Alright. Then let's play Ship's Engineer on Icar Base on the same base as Jonas, so she is a little bit safer. Then we'll play Weird New Worlds to play a new base. And then we'll play our 4-power Science Officer on it. And then we just draw 2 cards. Back to Grimm's Slashers. So we'll first play Hide in the Laundry on Mysterio. We can play an extra action, which will be Machete, so we can move Jonas to Camp Clear Lake and scare off Mysterio. So our opponent has to discard a card, if they want to save Mysterio at least. They will discard Vulture. And then move Mysterio to Exospace. They are planning to score that base next turn with Ambush, which is why I didn't discard that. We want to keep the transform, the teleport actions as a way to slow our opponent down. So yeah, like I said, Ambush to reduce the breakpoint of the Exospace by 4. Then we can use Mysterio to play Reroute to Power. We will activate both of these for 6 power on Mysterio. After that, we will use Science Officer to basically move Ship's Engineer in combination with Whiplash Maneuver. So yeah, we still have a regular minion play, and we don't have an extra minion for Science Officer. But we have enough to score the base with the 2 power from Exospace, and we can score it. If I were still able to play Vulture at this point, he would just get destroyed by Jonas, so I think this was the best way to score the base. So Stark Slap comes into play, which means we might be able to recur Mysterio. Back to Grimm Slashers, we'll play Fairy Godmother's Blessing because we have Chainsaw in hand, which means we basically want Mickey as soon as possible. Because this combination is deadly. So we'll draw 2 to end our turn. I should have shuffled the deck first. And then we pass turn. Alright. Let's play Green Goblin on the same base as Jonas. And then just draw 2 cards. Okay, so Grimm Slashers can now move Jonas to New York Landmark and play the famous combo Mickey plus Chainsaw. Then we draw 2 cards. Sinister 6 Star Roamers will use Science Officer to return Green Goblin to the hand and play a Ship's Engineer on the same base as Jonas to avoid the destruction. With their regular minion play, they play Dr. Octopus. And then they will play Teleport Error to move the other Snow White to another random base, which will be New York Landmark. And that's all we can do, so we draw 2 cards and pass turn. Okay, so first of all, we'll place a power counter on Mickey. And then place the end to draw Hide in the Laundry again and play it on Dr. Octopus. We get an extra action from that. We will move Jonas to Iker base, which means our opponent has to discard a card if they want to save Dr. Octopus. They will discard Electro and move Dr. Octopus to Stark's Lab. Okay, so Grimm Slasher still have their minion and action play. They will play Princess Charming, or Charming Princess, play Teamwork to search for Prince Charming. Which means they get another minion and action play. So they play Rose Red on New York Landmark. Both Rose Red and the other Snow White gain +2 power. And that's enough to score the base. We can still use Prince Charming for another action. We'll play Basket of Goodies and place another story on top of our deck. And then we'll score the base. Gain 4 victory points. Sinister 6 Star Roamers are at 6, so they are still in the lead. But if you take a look at the board, I'd say that might not be for long. Spiky Chair Room comes into play, we'll draw 2 and turn. Okay. Let's get rid of Hide in the Laundry by playing Mass Teleport. Otherwise, Jonas can just chase us down and we'll need to discard a card on each of our turns. And our draw is not that great. So yeah, we'll just replay Dr. Octopus and then we can play Science Officer at the bottom of our deck. It will be either him or Mysterio. Then we'll draw 2 and pass turn. So back at Grimm Slashers, we'll start off with placing a power counter on Mickey and then play Red Riding Hood. And here I moved Jonas to Camp Clear Lake, even though that is not possible, but I will notice this in a bit. So Red Riding Hood and Mickey get +1 power. And then we'll go ahead and play another story to shuffle back Princess Charming, Charming Princess, I mean, Prince Charming and Teamwork, and we'll shuffle those in. And then draw 2, pass turn. So yeah, Jonas can only move to another base if there is an opponent's minion there, so we'll move him back to Ichor base. And then Sinister 6 Star Roamers cannot do that much because Jonas can just destroy all of their minions. So it would be nice to side up on Stark's Lab to maybe score it on our next turn, but Jonas will just move and kill. So for now, I thought it made the most sense to score Ichor base by playing Teleport Overflow to replay Dr. Octopus, and then just Vulture, placing Whiplash back on top of our deck, because in case we draw Port Me Up, we really want either Whiplash or Ship's Engineer in play to move a minion off the base. And after that we score. And now we also get rid of Jonas, so we might be able to set up easier in the future. But yeah, before the victory points are awarded, Mickey can destroy Vulture and then move to another base. If we didn't play Vulture and the base would score, then he could just still kill Red Riding Hood because they're just looking at printed power. So playing Vulture was just an okay move. Okay, so the new base is Castle Zemo. We'll draw 2 and pass turn. And we're back at Grimm's Slashers. So first of all, of course, Mickey gets a power counter. He's becoming really, really strong. And we'll just play Hansel with Gretel there. So in order to play Gretel, we'll play Teamwork. It's really nice to just have a lot of power already present with Mickey, and then Grimm's Fairy Tales can do the rest of it. And then we'll just move Mickey to another base. This combo just seems unstoppable as long as they can keep Mickey in play. Star Roamers are really trying their best with Mass Teleport, but then Mickey should be their only minion in play. Okay, so playing a minion on Spiky Chair Room doesn't matter because they will just get destroyed by Mickey. So we'll set up on Castle Zemo instead with Sandman. After that we draw 2 and pass turn. We finally drew Port Me Up. Alright, so first Mickey gets a counter. And then we can actually get Jonas back with He Was a Good Boy. Find Jonas as well as Machete. And then we can just play him on Star Slap. And with our extraction play, we can play Machete on him. We could also place a minion at the bottom of our deck, so let's place Red Riding Hood there. And then with Machete, we can move Jonas to Castle Zemo and destroy Sandman. Then we get +2 power from Jonas' ability and 1 more power from Machete. And then we can play Oh No for free for 3 power, which we will put on Mickey in order to score a Spiky Chair Room. Alright, so that should be enough. So we score the base. Yeah, and just like the last few times, before the victory points are actually awarded, Mickey can destroy a minion and move to another base. So we'll destroy Gretel, and a 2-power Hansel can just be there to get the 4 victory points. We'll move Mickey to Castle Zemo and score Spike Jerum. And then we get to the next base. Before this base scores, we can move Mickey again for 1 victory point, which means we will end the game with 18 victory points against 9, and we'll actually still have Mickey in play. Yeah, at first, Star Roamer Sinister 6 were doing pretty good, but then once Mickey was in play with Chainsaw on him, there wasn't really a way Sinister 6 Star Roamers could get back. Grimm's Fairy Tale Slashers go on to round 2, and next episode will be Wraith Wrestlers Cyborg Apes versus Kitty Cat Zombies. As always, thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next episode. Goodbye.